Hey, it's Pike. Welcome to the demo for MEGANAUT. This is a game that a demo that I've been lucky enough to get a key for from the developer Rubeki through a site called Keymailer. And this is from the same, if you might recognize, may or may not. Rubeki is the same person who created Lorne's Allure, which I need to get back to. It's the game I plan to lean into heavy once I get my momentum for recording and everything back. But yeah, that's takes place in the same world as Lorne's Allure. It popped up just before in the screen just before this title screen. But yeah, let's just jump right in. The controls were just a couple, so it's easy to set up, and let's take a look. We live in the habitat. I am a scavenger. I look for salvageable resources needed to sustain this place. My buddy, Seija, is a maintenance engineer. Our jobs require us to go outside the habitat regularly. One day, he didn't come back from his shift. It's dangerous out there, easy to get lost, run out of resources, and die. They say he went into the deep willingly, which is suicide without proper training. Even scavengers only go on well-researched paths. I have to know why he went out, so I volunteered to investigate. Well, okay, first thing I was like, oh, is that going to be a bug? It wasn't registering my clicks, but... Oh hey, I heard an investigator would come out here. Looking for Seija, eh? Yeah, I worked with him, but don't know him very well. Strange guy, kept to himself, mostly talked about weird stuff. I saw him working near the guide wire above, the one that stretches out into the structure. Maybe talk to some of the maintenance workers up there. They might have more intel for you. I'm guessing it's this up here. It would make sense with it being illuminated. And this is supposed to be something like somewhat of a horror game. I'm not great with horror myself, so I don't know if I'll bounce off of this, but hopefully not, because I have enjoyed what games I've played of Rubeki's. Though I haven't played the one game that I know that he's done that's a horror game, so. Seija? I don't know where he went. Always complaining about the job, I don't know what he was looking for. This is a dream job. Anyway, I wasn't really a close friend or nothing. Talked to Salka over there on the guide rail. I think they were close buddies. Seija. Good guy. Never settled or satisfied. The kind of fellow who'd get bored in an instant while you talked to him. He kept talking about going beyond the lab. Should have been a scavenger, not a maintenance engineer. I bet he's lost somewhere, just waiting for a rescue team, the idiot. You should check out the abandoned lab up ahead for clues. It's not too far if you just follow the guide rails down, and it will be on your way. It's interesting that these cables are in like this cage here. Because these are supposed to be like guides from what they were saying, like a guide wire, guideline, guide rails. So it's not like the gate, like was this pre-existing? Because if this is in Lawrence Lure, it's gonna be close to, if not in, the megastructure that Lawrence Lure takes place in, I'd assume. Seems like this broke then, or was diverted. Assuming all the lights are going to be saying where to go to, I'd assume. It looks like Seija was here. His name comes up in the access log. Search query suggests that he was looking for a tool called M-Inject. It's an experimental tool that can inject code into megastructure control systems. The query returned a result. There are 3 such tools available in this lab. Perhaps if you find one of them, you can follow Seija's path. These papers look like they're from a manual for the suit in the display. It describes the suit functionality in some detail. Purpose: to filter out toxic spores from the atmosphere. Operating temperature negative 157 degrees Celsius to 121 degrees Celsius. Propulsion system via levitation orb. I assume, well actually, yeah, this does look basically the same. It's like what's above me is the levitation orb. Upgrades: attachable components like the M-Inject tool can be used to augment suit function. Control methods, gestures, and EEG signals are used to control the suit and various attachments. Power control: energy needed to control the suit is derived from the orb's nuclear power source. This technology is quite incredible. Okay, it was just light coming back from the orb, bouncing off of those barrels. I'm gonna check this first. Nah, it's just a flare or something. Or is it? Or a radio? Oh, the M-Inject tool. You take it. The terminal says that the elevator is online and functional. It can only be controlled with a special tool. Got it. Which is probably... Hopefully that didn't bust it for me. This is a demo and I've seen this as fairly early for all I know. Hopefully. But I guess maybe I'd have to be inside to interact with it. I'm not seeing anything else shining at least. Yep. Elevator is activated by M-Inject. Descending to base. Last week, I searched Seija's apartment for clues to his whereabouts. What I found was concerning. Well, this is interesting. So we're probably gonna have some flashbacks and whatnot. There's a crumpled up note in the trash. There's always something above when I'm out there. It keeps calling to me. Nobody else sees it. Today I'm going down there. I know others have left the habitat. I want to see the truth. The kitchen is disgusting. There are unwashed clothes everywhere. Seija has some strange crumpled up notes on his desk. Where are we anyway? Where is the habitat? I know it's in the structure, but what is the structure? Good questions. An employee manual opened to a page saying, "Don't go too far from the habitat without explanation." Seija has circled it for some reason. He also has a web page open showing statistics of fatality rates and reasons on the job. Unexplained disappearances do happen, but at a low rate of about 5% of fatalities. There wasn't much about its precise location, but generally, down seems to be the way to go. I better head to the outside. So that's probably the way to go with all these big wires going that way, I assume. Yeah, but there's something down there to interact with, it looks like. I'm gonna quickly take a loop and try to remember to cut out anything that's not... Like if there's nothing over here, I'll just try and cut out the loop I'm doing right now. Okay, I did not see anything doing a quick loop around. Hopefully I remembered to cut that out. This fan is kept running by 3 power nodes. Remove the batteries from the nodes to turn off the fan. Oh, so I guess there's stuff out here? Thinking about it though, I just had this idea to come through my head. This game's obviously gonna have to be way more... I haven't finished Lorne's Allure, so I take what I'm saying with like a... not even like a pinch of salt. Not a grain, not a pinch, more like a fistful. But like this is not gonna be as mechanically interesting as Lorne's Allure, so this is gonna have to be very heavily interesting story-wise. So I'm curious to see how it's gonna be. Like, it's pretty interesting so far, but it's not a big hook so far. Just looking for our friend who's lost down here. It's not the biggest hook in the world. Now a bunch of rubble, so just through here. That's cool. It went right in front of me when I went through here. The little orb. There's a light that way and rubble this way, so just this way. Whoa! That jumped me. It's not Seija. They're dead, their distress light is on. Looks like they've been down here for quite a while. I wonder what a maintenance engineer is doing this far from the wall. And more rubble that way. Thinking about it, when I was at the desk in the first person cutscene at Seija's apartment, I immediately ended up clicking on the interacting with the computer again because the thing popped up. Having like a little visual indicator that you've already read a note might be good, like having a little check mark in the corner of that icon or something, or changing the color. Or at least maybe having that pop-up be delayed for a couple more seconds. Whoa. Okay. For a second I was like, do I need to run? Oh, okay, thanks for playing the demo. Yeah, this is certainly going to be fairly early on. But yeah, it caught my interest a bit, but I feel like I need a bit more to chew on to see how the story is going to be. But obviously I'm assuming this is going to be, well, it has to be pretty early. Lawrence Lure only came out just a bit ago. And I don't think that I'm not sure they were developing this like side by side, so this has got to be pretty bare bones at the moment. You know, it's a demo and it's an early demo, so. But yeah, a bit more to chew on. But I guess consider checking it out if you like the vibes, because I'm liking the vibes. I'm gonna keep on keeping an eye out for when more info comes out. But yeah, thanks again to the developer Rubeki for giving me a key to the demo early. I'll try to remember. I got to this late, honestly, because once again I'm not recording too much lately. But since I was offered it and I felt like, hey, I have no obligation to do this, nothing at all, but I felt I should, so this is what. It's basically midnight right now, so like, since I'm on the West Coast, I think it would be like 8.5 hours until the embargo drops. So yeah, I got this key like, I don't know, a week or two ago or something, but I've been putting it off. But yeah, some interest, but once again, a bit more to chew on. This is more like a vibes showcase rather than a real story to try in right now. So, not quite giving me the hook that Lawrence Lure did right away, but it's not like it hasn't hooked me at all. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.